Today we've got a MacBook Air late 2010 to talk about, and the question is, how usable is this MacBook Air late 2010 in 2023? Starting with the boot, sometimes takes a while, sometimes it's a bit faster, and as you can see, it's taking its time to actually start. So once that will be to the home screen, we can go. So this MacBook Air was released back in 2010. It has Intel Core 2 Duo processor with 1.4 gigahertz, and if we jump to the specifications of this device, we will see that about this Mac, it is slow for starters, and then we see that it is a 13-inch MacBook Air running macOS High Sierra, the latest supported macOS for this particular device. It is clocked at 1.8 gigahertz, like I said, with Intel Core 2 Duo. Has 2 gigs of RAM and an NVIDIA graphics. 2 gigs of RAM. So these specs back in 2010, there was something good for the time, but we are now 13 years later, and we want to see whether we can use this Mac or no. So since the device has booted, let's go and I don't know, let's open Safari and see how this one will perform. It is a bit slow, as you can see, and if we go to Apple's website, it loads the page, but not very fast and not very slow. And the scrolling experience, it's not terrible. As you can see, it scrolls up and down easily. And let's say if we go to the Mac section, again, does its thing, no problem. So this indicates that if you've got such an old device and you want to use it somehow, you'll be able to do basic browsing. As you can see here, basic browsing and whatever office related tasks, like to edit a document or write a document. But obviously, if you are into music editing, video editing, this particular model, it's not for you. Another thing that I want to mention regarding this particular model is that the RAM is soldered into place, and therefore you can't actually upgrade the RAM on this thing. These days I was thinking like, you know what, since it is too old, let's see if I can do upgrade in terms of the RAM. Then I did a quick search on the web, saw that no, it's not possible. However, one thing that is possible is to change that hard drive, which in this particular model, that SSD is it is 128 gigs. So yeah, if we change the SSD, it has M.2 SSD. It will give a bit of extra space, but that's it. It will not actually let you change the RAM, which is sad because this MacBook Air is very good in terms of condition. Not too many things to talk about in terms of damage or anything, apart from this one here. It's a bit bent. I dropped it and It is like the metallic frame has gone in, but apart from that, that's all right. So let's say that we want to actually go and jump to YouTube, for example. How that will go? I've noticed that sometimes when the laptop is starting to struggle, the fan kicks in, and then it's like it's about to fly. Well, I'm like, whoa, what time is the takeoff? So yeah, it's like if we go and play a video for the purpose of this demonstration. So turn the volume down, skip this ad, and it plays the video, I guess. Notified when I upload a new video. Yeah. Need any tool? And if we go full screen, it takes a bit and then goes on full screen. As you can see, there is no lag, and obviously for copyrights and stuff, I have muted this video because the video is not mine. But I would say that if you're going to use it to watch videos on YouTube, it is all right, and it is all right, generally speaking. Yeah, it has a bit of lag here and there, and let's say that we want, on top of that, to jump to let's say Netflix at the same time. So if we go to Netflix website, because there is no application for this Mac like it is on the iPhones and iPads. So we've got here Stranger Things, for example. It says, because I am on Safari, that we need to update this. And we need to update the browser or the Mac itself, but there is no available software update for this Mac. Hi Sierra, it is the last software update that Apple released. So if I close completely Safari and open Google Chrome, as you can see, it will take its time. That Google Chrome logo bounces up and down. And now, if I go to Netflix, it will play just fine, I guess. So it's like sometimes it registers the click at once, other times no at all, and I have to do it again. So let's play this series there, Power Town, whatever that is, just to actually demonstrate and see whether it will play. So it is loading, and it is playing. So that is a very good sign, indicating that for basic use, internet browsing, YouTube and Netflix, this device will be just fine, even if it is 13 years old. On top of that, obviously you can write documents, edit documents, but that's it. You don't get to edit videos or music or play games. If you want something like that, then you have to do your research and get a different device. Let's go back to apple.com and should be fine to load. There you go. It is not bad, but it is not crazy good either. It is somewhere in between. And again, keep in mind that this one is MacBook Air late 2010 model, and we are in 2023. With that being said, to answer the question of this video, is the MacBook Air late 2010 usable in 2023? The answer is yes, absolutely yes. Of course, we've got limitations here, limitations which are in terms of performance, in terms of what you can and what you can't do with this MacBook Air. But I would say, as a person who actually does not so many things on their laptop, this one will be fine for the next year or so. Because yeah, what we do nowadays, if we don't use our laptops for work purposes, we normally watch YouTube, Netflix, even TikTok, and that's it. Because most of our tasks and whatever we do online, we do that on our phones. So that's it from you guys. What do you think? Is this MacBook Air late 2010 worth using in 2023? If you like this kind of videos, please subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next time, take care.